And again, more disturbing truth. Now today we go discuss the so-called facial recognition camera that they got for the masses. And I already told you what it is. A lot of people sleep, they don't understand. They think it basically reading their face. But you see where you see the red in the eyes. And I guess a lot of people don't get it, but your eye can basically, narrow you down all the way down to your exact person. A fingerprint might come in, you put it in a database, it might come back down to at least 3,000-4,000 people with almost the same fingerprint, and now the police gotta do more work to narrow it all the way down. You see the eye? It narrow it all the way down to you. That's what it is. The eye never miss, and that's why they're using it. And don't worry about it. They've been using it for a long time now, and now is the time to give it to the masses. And now, in your pandemic, you're gonna see it. That's what they're gonna use. And the so-called police reform or defund the police, that's what it's gonna include. That means the CIA, FBI gonna take over the police and watch the masses with surveillance. All tracking and surveillance, that's what they're gonna use on the masses like China and those countries. Let's run it.
Maybe you've used facial recognition at the airport.
You see that? At the airport, because this is where they're gonna plant them, all of them. And the people don't get it. It's not like they have to bring in new cameras and all that stuff. You understand? It hooked up to a database. That's why they call it recognition software, face recognition software. It's not really for say a software, but what it is a smart camera that linked to a website, which is a database that gonna search your damn eyes. And I told you, it can wire you all the way down to you. That's all. It never miss. Pay attention right here.
Or to unlock your smartphone. But when the
and even that right there, people, you use it to unlock your phone. So what you have to understand, if you go to a Walmart or any one of those places and the facial recognition camera hit you, it can tell everything about you because of that phone. Because you use your eyes to open your phone, they know exactly who you are. Anywhere you go. If you go to Target, go to Walmart, go to CVS, go all over the place, one recognize you, it recognizes that you went to all of those places. So you see what I'm saying? And it work towards their benefit as far as you buying shit and what you want. This is how they do it. And now the law's gonna use it against the people. They've been using it. A lot of times people get caught up in cases, they never mention it in court. That is the eyes they use to read you and know that it's you. Even if you're so-called have on a mask, like they give you right now in the pandemic. You have the mask on, you feel like they don't know who under there. Once they see your eyes, they know exactly who you are.
Technology is used by police to identify suspects. That's when it causes the most concern.
There you
Calgary
go.
police,
So
where
they're gonna tell you that the police can't handle it. They're gonna use the FBI to watch the masses. That's all it is, people. Not like the FBI, they ain't watching you already, but they wanna be watching a Pacific people, Pacific person. That's how it is. They're gonna narrow you down all the way because your eye don't lie. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is not recognizing your face or your face shape, the bone structure in your face or nothing. Just the eyes. That's why it never miss.
First in Canada to show off their facial recognition software more than 5 years ago. But it's grown more sophisticated, with British authorities now using live cameras and artificial intelligence to spot.
And you see that? And you already know the British work. I know they run things. They do less policing. You understand? The police barely have guns. As you could see, the CC right there. Coding 33. But I tell you, and they use this one in the orange shirt, same 33. But I tell you, people, they've been using this to convict people. They're never gonna tell you that this is what they use to narrow you down. You can ask, the lawyer can do any kind of rebuttal. You can't do that. You're not gonna bring it out because all of them is the same. All the laws is in on locking up the masses or convict you of shit. You understand? There you go right there. The eyes is what they use to recognize you. Even if you have the mask on and the glasses, they still know who it is.
Suspects.
We're able to track a person even if they're not in the shot.
Amazon has been boasting using live cameras and artificial intelligence to spot suspects.
We're able to track a person even if they're not in the shot.
Amazon has been both.
They can track somebody even if they're not in the shot. You see that? Pay attention, people. And of course, they use Amazon to so-called release it. I told you, government peoples all around the Amazon is, all over the world. And I told you, they got the government surveillance. That's what they're working with. That's why they want to come in your damn garage to drop off a package. They want to have access to your home, to open your home and come in there to drop off package. Told you, don't trust them.
For years about its software's capabilities, but now a shift. Amid growing scrutiny, Amazon, IBM, and Microsoft, all
government companies, people, don't let them fool you. All government companies and anybody you see on the front line, front for the government, any one of them that you see run this, all of these, you see Bill Gates run the Microsoft, you know already who he is, devil puppet, playing games on the masses.
This week, they're at least pausing police use of their facial recognition.
See how they show you? They show you these lines and everything. You think that's what it's doing, measuring your face? Dumb on, people, just your eyes.
Tools in the U.S.
Until we have a national law in place, grounded in human rights, that will govern this technology.
Don't worry about the rights, people, human rights. That shit don't exist. Just remember that all the manipulation of the people, you're telling me that human rights exist? I don't think so. The elites people do whatever they want to the masses. All they have to do is run a psyop on you.
The software scans faces, measuring key features and storing the data.
It's bullshit, people. You see, they never mention the eyes. They never mention the eyes. If I'm lying, people, who you think lying right here? You can use you can keep the mask on. You can have a mask on, have a hat on and everything, and it's still open your fucking phone with your eyes, right? It don't have nothing to do with your face, people. It's just the eyes. The fucking lot cap that you see in the Walmart parking lot, and anywhere you see they put them. Those are what gonna read your damn eyes and tell them exactly who you are. You can't hide from it.
Data it's given to learn mostly comes from white faces, meaning people of color can be misidentified.
Wow, there you go, people. Of course they're gonna bring the division in it. We go get to that and break it down and show you. Remember, they tell you a few black people get arrested after they use a face recognition camera, and they actually was wrongfully convicted, so-called. You see that? This is how they do it. So the facial recognition don't work good on black people. You have an iPhone? You have any one of those phones that you use to open your phone? Okay, if you're black, try it and see if it don't work the same way. Don't let them fool you, man. Dumb on.
It creates what's called a face graph,
Bullshit.
which is a statistical model of a face. When it comes to black faces, a face like mine.
Of course, you're going to mention black face, a face like yours. And of course, once it want to represent black, that's how the hair going to look. That's how they do it, people. You don't know this TV? Dumb on.
I would completely confuse the system.
In Ontario, the Privacy Commissioner learned of 15 police agencies that temporarily used facial recognition.
If police actually cared about this as a concern, they would not. They would say they're not going to use this technology.
Wow, there you go, people. Watch this right here. Racism is a real virus. I told you, people. Where you think they get these signs from? Wow, all government
one of the many demands as police tactics are put in the spotlight and calls for defund.
Now that police tactics is put under the spotlight, they use a George Floyd to do it. I told you what it is already. It's an agenda. So now I told you, they're going to defund the police. The CIA, the FBI, going to be the one running the whole thing by using surveillance on the masses. You go get it. Bam on.
Amazon is hitting pause on its police-used facial recognition software as the company.
Notice what you got in the back, people? Planets. There you go. Planets and spaceships. You see, it's a brainwash programming for the dumb masses. Would you take some truth from this guy right here with these right here in the background? If you know some truth, you would never take.
He continues to take a stance in the Black Lives Matter movement. Yahoo Finance Tech.
Amazon taking a stand in the Black Lives Matter movement. What I don't tell you, government shit. 100%. All of them is in on it.
Dan Halley is here with the details. Dan?
Yeah, so Amazon is putting a 1-year moratorium on the use of its recognition with a K, facial recognition technology.
Recognition with a K.
by police forces, law enforcement agencies. Amazon really hasn't been very clear as to how many agencies are using the software, or where exactly they're located.
So Amazon is the one who so-called create the technology and give it to the police. The mass is just dumb. All government control the police and also Amazon. So what do you think? Okay.
There's been reports, obviously, that there was one in Orlando, Florida, that was using it. But this is a big change. And we have this coming on the heels of, obviously, the racial equality protests, or inequality protests, rather, and the death of George Floyd.
You're fumbling and bumbling. I already told you the George Floyd shit is our agenda. They don't care that much about one person dying. Just remember that shit. It's a worldwide event. Show you. It's just a hoax for the dumb people.
So this is an interesting time for Amazon to be doing this, because there have been criticisms about recognition showing a bias towards people of color before. It's not exactly.
You see, the facial recognition cameras showing bias to black people. There you go, people. Every fucking thing that you got is a division scheme behind it for the damn people. You don't see your social distancing? Don't go 6 feet to a person. You need to do it. All that conversation, all that communication, you need to do it online. Yes, find one of them communication that they got online so they can watch and listen to you. Don't see people personal. You just need to contact them through the social medias that they got for the people so they can watch you. And I already told you what the cameras is doing. It basically taking your eyes. And of course, the eyes never lie.
This is something new. So this is clearly a move on their part to ensure that they're able to kind of answer to the PR issue that this raises. And then obviously overseas, we have those issues with Amazon now seemingly facing antitrust issues because of their treatment of third-party sellers. That's something that has been brought up as well here in the U.S., whether or not they use data from third-party sellers to create their own products and then sell those to compete against those third-party sellers. The third-party sellers don't really have any choice to work with but to work with Amazon since they're such a large marketplace.
Government shit.
You know, Dan, just earlier in the week, I think it was this week, IBM said that it would no longer develop or research its facial recognition software. What does the future look like?
They're lying, people. They want to do it undercover like they've been doing. I told you already, they've been having a lot of people go to jail for that shit. You're not getting it, people. They use that shit to recognize people's face, because I already told you, it never miss. Just wake your ass up.
For that software, you know, a number of companies, big name companies like IBM and Amazon, you know, poured a lot of money into that effort.
Yeah, and it's not just them. It's Microsoft is also in there as far as facial recognition goes. They said that they have turned down agencies as well as countries in the past who wanted to use their facial recognition technology. They
want you to trust in those so-called companies, Microsoft, IBM, and Amazon. Them. They want you to trust in those companies. Feel like they're doing something for the public. They're working with the government to destroy the people. That's why they're there. That's why they're so huge. That's why they have so many influence on your life. Bam.
In October of 2018, someone stole nearly $4,000 in watches from this Detroit Shinola boutique.
Shinola, that look like coding with the lightning bolt right there to represent the devil. Let's see what they got for the masses right here.
Robert Williams, who has no criminal history, was wrongly arrested for the crime on his front lawn in front of his wife and young daughters.
Julia comes out while they're putting me in handcuffs, my oldest daughter, and I tell her, hey, Juju, go back in the house.
It hit them that their daddy had just pulled away, and they both started sobbing.
Why? Because of one blurry image of a shoplifter police fed through a facial recognition system. It suggested
one blurry film, they're blurry. That's what you always got for the masses. Take a look at this right here, people. They have this nice little camera right there, and it give you a blurry footage. I don't think so. This is bullshit right here, and I told you they've been have the technology to recognize your eyes from ever since. Then just never tell you about
shoplifter police fed through a facial recognition system. It suggested a likely match with Williams's driver's license photo.
Wow. I feel like humiliated.
Wow, that's bullshit, people. That's 100% crap. So you telling me that somebody else's face can open your phone? I don't think so, people. It's garbage. 100% trash. How would it match with his driver's license? This is how they do the divide and conquer right here. They tell you that they're gonna get you messed up if you're black, just like the police do it. The same thing, people. The same thing. Remember, the police gonna arrest you if you're black, so-called. You're automatically in the wrong if you're black with the police. The same thing with the fucking face recognition of camera. You're gonna mistake a black man and arrest, get a black man convicted, and it's not him. Wow. Wow.
Arrested.
Wow.
I mean, I know they got the wrong guy.
It's a coincidence why he got the one dim eye? I don't think so, people. It's one of them. Just wake your ass
really
up.
Like, I'm no thief.
The police officers didn't even bother to do...
You see the hair? Because they're doing a black thing. You never get it, people. You never pay attention. Because it's about a black person being wrongfully accused, somebody gonna come with this dry head right here, look like a damn brush. This is how they do it right here, people. Because this is how black people look. Huh? Dumb the fuck up.
Investigation 101, which is to ask him, where were you on this date at this time?
Officers held Williams at this Detroit detention center overnight before putting their evidence in front of him.
I looked at the paper and it honestly made me chuckle. I said,
first of all, I already told you people, they don't tell you about that recognition camera. They don't. Once they tell you that they tell them about it is bullshit. They never tell you. They just say it's you. The camera got you and it's you. They show the camera of you. Of course they know it's you. Come on, people. Take a look at his eyes right there. Reading off the damn script. The whole thing is scripted. There you go.
No, that's not me. So I picked that one up sarcastically and put it to my face. And I said, I hope you don't think all black people look alike.
There you go.
And dropped it back on the table.
There you go. All black people look alike. There you go, people. And I told you, it's not a coincidence why you got the one dim eye like the Hollywood characters worshiping the damn devil.
And he flipped the third piece of paper, irritated. And said, so I guess the computer got it wrong.
Williams now has a lawyer, and the ACLU lodged a complaint with the city's chief investigator on his behalf. Rank 1.
First of all, on a Blu-ray so-called film, how can you see somebody's fucking eyes? How can you see somebody's face on a Blu-ray photo? This is bullshit right here.
The company that makes one of the facial recognition systems the police used in this case says federal testing shows their system is highly accurate across races. But, quote, there are certain images that should never be submitted for search. The search results police used even came with a warning.
Look at this right here, people. How you gonna recognize somebody's face like this? This is just trash for the divide and conquer. Just get it to your
Facial
head.
recognition is not probable cause to arrest.
In my mind, that is a case where we had detective work that was not up to professional standards. I think the initial warrant prosecutor was not up to the normal standards of the prosecutor's office. And so I think there are serious issues that we're looking at. But to say that reflects on the technology, I just don't think is accurate.
The Wayne County prosecutor told NBC News this case should not have been issued based on the DPD investigation, and for that, we apologize. The Detroit Police Department did not respond to a request for comment. The department still uses facial recognition, but new policies limit its use to violent crimes and home invasion, and require that 2 experienced examiners independently agree with a match. But in several studies, researchers have concluded that facial recognition algorithms, in fact, more often misidentify black faces than white faces, and that the technology often...
There you go, people. There you go. The same thing that the so-called police do is the same thing the facial recognition camera gonna do. Wow. Wow, there you go, people.
Amplifies bias rather than fighting it. Several companies have declared a moratorium on selling the technology to police. Cities like San Francisco and Boston have...
What do you mean selling the technology to police? They are the police. It's the same fucking people. Wow. Wow. How long they gonna fool you for, people? Don't let them fool you no more. They are all the same. They're the one who put the Amazon there. They're the one who put the police in place. The same fucking elite.
Banned it. And this week, Democrats introduced legislation to ban its use by
politics. There you go again.
Federal law enforcement and reduce funding to state and local police that use it.
I was fingerprinted and mugshotted before anybody asked me one question. It's a rush to judgment. Like, could you imagine if this was a rape case?
Misidentification can lead to a permanent arrest record, failed background checks, and much worse.
We are living in a day and age where it is, quite frankly, not very safe.
Who are you again? What you got to do with the case again? Wow.
For black men to have interactions with the police, all because police officers encounter them and do the opposite of de-escalating a situation, and their lives are lost. What could have gone wrong had my client not been so calm, peaceful, compliant?
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about if I would have been one of these people. I don't know what Melissa would have did with having to see that in person.
You guys, there is fierce debate among the people who
show up with the number 15 right there in the back. Wow, and all books over here. Smart guy. Of course, his name is Jacob.
Facial recognition, whether you can somehow make the technology reliable enough, that bias won't play into it, or whether by its nature, facial recognition will always reflect the unfair treatment of black Americans. Robert Williams' experience may be the turning point in that debate. Meanwhile, Shinola, the watch company, the victim of the original crime, well, they tell us, we support a proposed ban on facial recognition technology.
Of course, they're gonna ban telling it to the masses, which they've been doing. That's all it is, people. I told you. They're never gonna tell you what they use to pick you out. That's just how it is. Bam on.
You go, darling. You can have some fairy books. It's been really wonderful.
ABC 73. That show you that they run nothing but hawks on this shit right here.
Kids, because they get to go outside and build and be kids, that's important.
We need a big hole for the stick.
Lauren Dry values her quiet life at home in suburban Perth. Right. She also values her family's privacy.
Is the elephant having a bath in the dirt? I want my kids to have freedom and, the space to be children.
Good luck with the freedom, because I told you, if you think you're free, you're just dumb. That's all it is. Don't use that word if you're smart.
It's just wonderful watching them grow up. I grew up not feeling as though there was someone watching over my shoulder.
When she heard Perth City...
The feeling is different from what actually happening, as you could see they feature the pyramids right there. You know what I mean? They're not telling you when they're watching you, okay?
Council was trialling facial recognition cameras. She sprung into action, writing a petition for the technology to be scrapped.
Yes, and I told you what they're gonna scrap. They're gonna scrap telling it to you. That's all it is. They're just gonna keep it away from the masses. They never have to tell you, or the fuck they know it's you. That's just what it is. They tell you get caught, and that's it. Of course they never miss. I told you the eyes narrow you down way better than a fingerprint. Just remember, I tell you, don't let them fool you, but they're scrapping the technology. That's the New World Order. Right there, the tracking down of the masses. You ever see China? China don't have no police running around. No, they don't run around and chase down people. They see them. They know who they are. They track them. Every single person getting tracked. That's what they're going to do in America. That's why they bring you the George Floyd to stir up the fucking bullshit with the police. You never understand. This is how they're going to do it. Scream police reform, defund the police, because the FBI going to be the one who track and watch the masses in the New World Order.
I just thought to myself, I'm like, what? What do you mean facial recognition cameras? That's sci-fi. That doesn't happen in Perth.
Read your script. It's sci-fi. The same shit that you use to open your phone is sci-fi. Dumb on.
I looked into it and I was like, this is real. I do think that councils and governments are walking in.
It's not a coincidence why they used to have the fingerprint first. They used to have the fingerprint to open your phone, and now it's your eyes. Huh? Two are the stuff they use to recognize the masses. So you already know. Once your fingerprint is down there, that's it. They know who you are. Now they have your eye also. Don't use that feature on your phone, people. Don't use the eye recognition. Don't use the fingerprint. Wow, they got it. Once you put it in that database, they know it. They know it's you. You basically put in your information in the database. That's all you did. And remember, the phone know you in and out. The phone got all your info. Wow, picture that.
Blind.
The council says the trial is federally funded and will assist police activities and city planning.
The trial and it's federally funded. It's the same government people. Don't let them fool you. It's confusion.
But Lauren isn't convinced.
There's just too many questions and not enough answers.
Facial recognition technology uses artificial intelligence to identify individuals and is already part of our everyday lives, from tagging photos on Facebook to verifying our identities at airport immigration. But the use of real-time facial recognition technology in public CCTV cameras has proved controversial in cities around the world, drawing comparisons to China's surveillance and social...
People, just believe this right here, because a lot of people not going to understand. I'm going to just make it clear and then I'm going to done the video. You see, the facial shit that they tell you about when they mention face, when they use the word face, it's easy for them to pull a psyop off with the so-called black people getting recognized or misrecognized by the camera. But if they tell you that it's your eyes, you know 100% that they couldn't pull that bullshit. You understand what I mean? They're not going to tell you the truth because the truth will avoid the psyop. The truth would avoid the deception. Because once you know the truth that it's reading your eyes, you know, oh, okay, There's no way you could have misread a black person's face because they're black, because their face shape different. No, it's your eyes. It read the eyes. That means it never gonna miss people. It gonna narrow you down to who you are. It's just that simple. Don't let them fool you. Because if it wasn't, you could never pass in the mask. How do you think you can open your phone still with the mask on and everything? It still work, people. It's still open. Come on, man. The mask don't make no difference because they're reading your eyes. You don't have nothing to do with the shape of your chin. They can't see that through the mask. They can't see the shape of your face through the mask. But they can see your eyes. This is what they got set up at the airport now. Now, the one that they tell you about, you can just walk up to it and they say, okay, that's you. Check, you can go. Check, you can go. But what if you don't want to do that? They already have the regular cameras that see you that also can connected to the database of them searching you and narrow you down to who you are. That's just what it is. And this is the new world order in the 2020 pandemic right here. Surveillance. That's why you get the George Floyd. Catch me on the run. Gone.